What's up, everybody? Welcome back and happy Friday. I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers, bringing you your daily hail forecast, sponsored as always, help me, by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, American Contractor, and Atlas. Go ahead and check them out in the description to this video. Today, we're starting out with southwest activity overall. Just got to generalize the word because we got hail, high winds, and floods on the table for you guys out in the desert southwest. Now that whole system's going to shift off to the east tomorrow, and then it's the Texas show out in the Panhandle and West Texas area. Could see some hail and high wind out there as well. Could pick up a little steam, so we'll talk about that. And then, of course, getting into your Christmas Day outlook for Monday across the nation. Who's getting rain, who's getting snow, who's getting sunny skies, cooler weather, etc., etc. We're talking about that all here in a second. But before I tell you guys about the weather, I got to tell you about the year-end savings deal that we're having. This lasts until the 31st, guys, and you got to call to get it. So number's 855-334-4245. Call now, and you guys can get 10% off of our annual subscriptions and renewals. If you're wondering what you're subscribing for, we got forensic reports for you, as well as live severe weather maps across the nation. Again, it's 24/7 monitoring of hail, wind, tornadoes, and hurricanes for you guys across the entire U.S. So got lots of good severe weather tracking tools for you guys there. Go ahead and call to get that 10% off deal. And again, it lasts through the 31st. So last 24 hours, there's already been more rain on top of what we saw yesterday. Now we got over 1.5 inches in Santa Barbara, almost half an inch in San Diego there, and it's moving out to the east, Tucson, Phoenix area, getting some heavy rain as well. So lots of the desert southwest getting painted with that heavy rain. And it's moving east too. Oklahoma City last night got some heavy rain. Dallas in particular got almost 1 inch, almost 1/2 inch up in Tulsa there. Wichita at 0.18. So lots of the central plains seeing some heavy rain last night into today, moving across the Mississippi Valley. So there it is for the southwest. We got more of it spitting up into Arizona, parts of New Mexico, and California, along with some generalized cloud cover. Down here, we could see some severe action into this afternoon. Then out into the Central Plains, shouldn't see any particular severe activity for today with this system out ahead of everything. This is going to move through the Midwest and Ohio Valley for the rest of today, bringing some cloud cover and some showers to whoever it hits. So there you go for the rest of the nation, clear and sunny down in the southwest and up in the North Plains and Rockies. And with that low pressure system, this is the one we're watching to move into Texas later on tomorrow and through the southwest today with potential hail chances. And now the rest of us, we're not really interacting with much, just kind of this short little wiggle in the jet stream could bring, that rest of that rain up through the Ohio Valley, but sitting in the 40s and 50s generally across the board here, a little bit cooler in some higher elevations of the Rockies, but overall a fairly warm December day. Now, for those flood areas, all right, this whole green swath is going to be that flood watch, and that is for continuing rainfall on top of the past couple of days. We could see some road closures from all that flooding, could see some low-lying areas starting to fill up with water, and you got that mudslide risk in some particular areas, rock slides as well. That's all going to last into this afternoon. A little bit out to the east, we got a winter storm warning for you out in Colorado and New Mexico, parts of Arizona as well, and then that winter weather advisory in the purple. Now again, elevation is going to play a huge key in how much snow you see, so we'll take a specific look at that later, but expecting some moderate to heavy snowfall in both of those areas, as well as parts of the mountains here just to the east of Seattle could see some heavy snowfall, 4 to 10 inches expected, just depending on how high up you are. So I'm going to take a look first at our hail for today and tomorrow, and then we'll talk snowfall and your Christmas Day forecast. All right, so for hail, we got a little pocket of instability coupled with some cooler upper air. That helps us out with those hail chances. And so that's kind of lingering down here in Arizona where we got that disturbance moving through. All right, so that's what we got for today. Then it shifts off into the Texas Panhandle. Again, picks up a little bit as it does through particularly far eastern New Mexico, far western Texas there. So right in that corridor, we could potentially see a little bit of an uptick in hail activity for tomorrow before everything continues to shift off to the east and central Oklahoma and Texas get another round of rain. So speaking of rain, lots of it. If you're not getting those severe storms today through Arizona, you're likely to see some showers, some thunder, maybe some heavier rain here and there, and that's all going to move into New Mexico by the end of the evening. So there we are, 5 p.m. Central Time, starting to see some little isolated pockets that have that potential to do hail if they kind of interact with those cooler upper air temperatures, all right? So it could get some scattered hail with this, but again, mostly it's just going to be some gusty winds here and there and lots of precipitation heading over Arizona and New Mexico through today and tomorrow afternoon. So for today, going to be a super scattered hail risk, maybe some quarters here or there. And it's going to really be between Yuma and Tucson for that hail risk today. Also got some wind for you on the table. Likelier to see more frequent wind gusts up to maybe 50, 60 miles an hour here or there between, again, Yuma and Tucson, staying just south now of Phoenix with today's risk. Tomorrow, as that shifts into Texas, starting to see, again, some cells picking up here on our forecast models that could potentially produce some hail once they hit that area of the best instability, et cetera, all that springtime weather talk. But we got some bands of heavy rain, bands that could potentially produce some high winds, but then those individual little cells behind it could be hailers into tomorrow. Going to stay scattered, but could potentially get a chance to see some larger hail within those scattered storms before DFW, the whole Texas I-35 corridor, getting some rain on your Sunday morning and things moving out of Oklahoma City and into Tulsa by your Sunday. So for tomorrow's hail forecast, maybe some stones up to like ping pong ball size, like 1.5 inches here and there with that corridor higher instability there. But it should stay just to the west of Midland and Lubbock, which are going to be our 2 cities to watch for tomorrow. Quarters to $50 in that whole yellow swath expected there. We could also see some high winds, and again, it's going to be in that 50 to 60 mile an hour threshold with Lubbock, Midland, the area just to the west of that through parts of eastern New Mexico and all the way down to the Rio Grande there for tomorrow's wind forecast. Then getting into Christmas. All right, so today, tomorrow, going to stay pretty consistent with our temperatures across the southeast in the 50s and 60s, and we'll see things drop once they interact with this upper level low pressure system moving into the central plains. All right, there it goes, seeing those cold conditions follow. Now we're in the 20s and 30s through the Rockies, and waiting on temperatures to drop here through the central plains. There they go for Monday morning. Christmas morning could be waking up to a chilly one if you guys are in KC, Oklahoma City, if that front has moved through at that time. Temperatures should be dropping through the day on Monday if you guys are, in the central plains. So looking at 30s and 40s now as that low pressure accelerates through the area, and then there you are by noon, looking pretty similar, 30s and 40s through a lot of the central plains there, and staying a little warmer down in Texas and the southeast. Then as things push east, now we're seeing things really start to come down temperature-wise by Tuesday afternoon, sitting in the 30s through Minneapolis, Kansas City, Springfield, and then warming just up into the 40s through Oklahoma. And then the rest of us behind that are staying nice and chilly through the Rocky Mountains and, should stay nice and warm for your Christmas day out in the southeast since that low hasn't reached you yet. So what's that going to do to weather and precip? Got some snow up through the Rocky Mountains, rain down through the southeast today and tomorrow. More snow on your Sunday through the North Plains and that rain pushing through the Mississippi Valley. And there you are by your Monday morning, your Christmas morning at 6 a.m. Central. Got lots of rain going down through the southeast and parts of the Ohio Valley, parts of the Midwest, out behind that low pressure system. Remember where temperatures are colder. Could see some snow out through central Kansas, Nebraska as well. We'll already have had that snow out through the Rocky Mountains, so could see some snow starting to blanket the area through the central parts of the U.S. And then lots of rain out east for your Monday, and then should continue off into Tuesday where we could see more rain and even a wintry mix out through parts of the Midwest. So for your snow accumulations into tomorrow afternoon. Should see a decent amount of snow. Again, we got that winter storm warning, winter weather advisory down through Colorado and New Mexico, Arizona as well. Some higher accumulations expected today into tomorrow afternoon through that area, as well as parts of the upper Rocky Mountains. That will continue into Sunday, pushing off to the east, and now a lot of the areas from pretty much central Nebraska westward could see, 1 to 2 inches of snow at the lower elevations, and then higher elevations now we're seeing like 8 to 10 to 12 inches of snow, just depending on how high up you're sitting. Then by your Monday afternoon, I should say, got lots of the plains, seeing higher snow elevations, could be in that 4 to 6 range for a lot of us, and then, some snow dusting the northeast as well. So here's your 72-hour snow probabilities across the Rocky Mountain west into, I guess, the next 72 hours. So starting up in the, Pacific Northwest and the northern Rockies here. Parts of South Dakota and Nebraska have a pretty solid chance of seeing at least 6 inches, and then a lot of the mountains out there where we have that winter weather advisory. And then jumping down into Colorado and New Mexico, southern Colorado and the area just to the west of Denver got a good chance of seeing some higher snowfall accumulations. But again, that should move out into the I-25 corridor, and we could see some snow through Denver, Colorado Springs, Pueblo as well. So good news for you guys, but the highest elevations should see the highest amount of snowfall. Makes sense, right? So that for your extended temperature outlook might come as kind of a surprise, but a lot of us are going to be warmer than normal for this time of year. So again, if on December 22nd you tend to be at 24 degrees and it's 26 degrees as your high for the day, you're in the red. So it's relative, but should be warmer than normal for the time period of Christmas, December 22nd through the 26th. But that system moving through should keep us a little bit, seeing a little bit more precip than normal, right? More rain, more snow than we're used to seeing for this time of year in a lot of the central and southern U.S. So there's some good news for you guys if you got your fingers crossed for some snow on Christmas. Down in the southeast, probably going to be rain, but that'd be pretty crazy if we saw snow on the Gulf Coast for Christmas. So sure, it's happened before. But now getting into our 2023 last honorable mention of this year, we had 10 crazy hailstorms that made the top 10 countdown, and now we're going over 3 that didn't quite make the list, but need to be recapped anyways. So last one here is going to be the Round Rock and Austin hailstorm from September 24th. So this one was later in the year, guys, but we did get one hailstorm, and sometimes that's all it takes. Made a direct hit in Round Rock and then made a run at Austin as well. So some stats on that. It was just one of those classic plane setups. Got high dew points, high instability, and you got that good turn in the wind with height. So, being able to produce supercells capable of large hail, and that it did. So up to 3.75 inch hail, almost 4-inch hail, dropping through parts around Rock, and then 3-inch hail in Austin as well, and that was just on the northwest side or northeast side of the city there. But crazy large hail in those metro areas specifically. Didn't go around, went through the metro areas. And then along with that large hail got 50 to 55 mile an hour winds as well, so that was blowing it sideways. And then that drove it into cars, windows, buildings, roofs, siding, etc. And then I've been telling you the stats on 2-inch hail so far, but this was noteworthy enough to put baseball-sized hail. Over 45,000 homes hit by at least 2.75-inch baseball-sized hail. So crazy amount of homes seeing that really large destructive hail, and did the damage you would expect with wind-driven large hail. Homes, businesses, vehicles, all damaged with that. There's some pictures, a couple of windows here shattered from that hail moving through, and then these cars, you can see all those dents, and then obviously the window is going to be what your eye draws to, right? With that hail just going straight through and really kind of just messing them up left and right. There is that 3.75-inch hailstone. There you go. Just crazy large hail with that storm. So that's the last of our honorable mentions for this year. It's been a crazy year for severe weather. We'll see what 2024 has to hold. We always do an annual severe weather forecast, so stay tuned for info on that once we get it all sorted out. But Guys, if you want to follow us, you can get us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Hit See First on Facebook so you never miss a live video, and smash that subscribe button everywhere else. If you guys are interested in purchasing a plan, go ahead and scan the QR code up above me or click the link in the description to this video. But if you want access to that 10% off deal, you gotta call. The number is 855-334-4245. Email us at info@hailtrace.com if you just want more info, or check out hailtrace.com for more details. And one more thing, guys, again, we have our office closed tomorrow all the way through Tuesday, and then Christine will be back with you guys on Wednesday with an update to your forecast. But that's it for the housekeeping. You guys go enjoy the holiday weekend. Have a great one. I hope you're all getting the weather you're hoping for. And for now, I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. Thanks for watching.